NatWest has said to a journalist it doesn't recognise the number of complaints that it's received or that have been lodged with the Ombudsman about closed accounts. The Ombudsman has received this year about 1,400 complaints, and it receives the same amount of complaints each year, or has been receiving the same amount of complaints each year for the last 3 years. And most of the complaints are about NatWest, and then Barclays, and then other banks. So there is clearly a campaign about closing people's accounts, maybe based on the PEP thing, but there's plenty of other reasons for closing people's accounts. There's the AML, the money laundering responsibility of banks. There's the KYC. These acronyms are so strange. The KYC is Know Your Customer. Those demands, which have increased bureaucracy and vigilance, but not necessarily in a fair and helpful way, particularly when a lot of the bureaucracy is done by third-party databases or by people apparently working in Asia to compile dossiers on suspected PEPs. Often these people are just surfing through Google, and this results in debanking. It may be what is considered by the banks to be a lowly administrative task, but it is life-destroying to be the victim of debanking. And it's not just Nigel Farage. Many, many people have found themselves in this position. Recently, the Equalities and Human Rights Commissioner for Scotland, Professor Leslie Sawyers, and our deputy, which is an organisation for trans children, the Palestinian Solidarity Campaign. It goes all the way back to 2015 when that was debanked by the Co-op. And the director, Ben Jamal, gave a very interesting interview about that to Josiah Mortimer in Byline Times. The Cuba Solidarity Campaign, the Nicaragua Solidarity Campaign, and so on. This, to think this is simply a problem facing Nigel Farage simply because of his fame and bloody-mindedness, possibly, has been able to, has become the face for this problem. Now, maybe he thought this would be another leg up to a little bit more fame and notoriety. Maybe it's genuine. Maybe there is a serious problem here for him. But I think there is definitely a serious problem for banking, and it needs to be addressed. And the banks are in danger of imposing values. I was going to say their values, but values on their customers, and that isn't their job. Their job is to bank. And I've been saying for some time that I felt that banks were getting above themselves. They were failing to realize what their job is. Their job is to provide a service. And the tone and the activities of the banks in recent years has gone well beyond providing a service. They behave, in fact, as if we are providing them with a service, and that's sort of a bit wrong, isn't it?